I was just your average high school kid, dreaming of a life filled with action and adventure. Reality, however, was a never-ending cycle of schoolwork and the monotony of everyday life. As I walked home one day, engrossed in a conversation with my best friend Max about some nerdy topic we were both passionate about, I couldn't help but daydream about a more thrilling existence. But then, in the midst of our animated discussion on superheroes and interdimensional travel, my phone rang, and my world shifted. It was my mom on the line, her voice trembling as she delivered the shocking news. My beloved grandfather had passed away. The bond I shared with my grandfather was unique, filled with hours of discussions about superheroes, magic, and interdimensional travels. The flood of memories overwhelmed me as I struggled to come to terms with the loss. Before I could fully grasp the situation, my mom hit me with another revelation. The family had decided to sell my grandfather's mansion, and they asked if I wanted to visit one last time before it was sold. My family, in general, hadn't been particularly fond of my grandfather. They found him strict, conservative, and distant. But for me, he was the one who had regaled me with stories of magic, interdimensional travels, and much more. A few days later, my family visited the old man's mansion, while experts assessed the house and other properties for sale. Max was with me, still lost in thoughts of superheroes and magic, as we explored the nearly empty house. Amidst the items marked for disposal in boxes, I spotted some intriguing relics. I asked if I could keep them, hoping that exploring these remnants might help me cope with the loss of my grandfather. My parents readily agreed, eager to get rid of what they saw as clutter. Inside those boxes lay a treasure trove of my grandfather's belongings. Travel souvenirs, diaries, figurines, books, photos, and more. Max joined me in unraveling the mysteries contained within, and we lost ourselves in the world of these relics, creating fantastical scenarios and losing track of time. As evening descended, there were still unopened boxes to explore, but Max had to leave. Unwilling to let the adventure end, I decided to continue alone. Among the boxes were books, some ordinary and others filled with strange and captivating images and descriptions of distant lands and fantastical creatures. One book, in particular, bound in leather with cryptic symbols etched on its cover, drew my attention. I untied the book, revealing a world of spells, symbols, rituals, and mysteries. The pages were filled with a language I couldn't comprehend, accompanied by peculiar images of people with wings, goats with human legs, and individuals controlling the elements. Initially, I dismissed it as another piece from my grandfather's collection of fantasies. The foreign language and cryptic symbols added to its mystique. I continued flipping through the pages, but my mother entered my room, urging me to go to bed. I realized I had lost track of time and reluctantly switched off the lights, settling into bed. The next morning, as I tidied up my room, I discovered something incredible. The leather-bound book with its incomprehensible text had miraculously transformed into English. The once indecipherable words were now clear and readable, causing my heart to race. With no time to spare, I decided to take the book to school to show Max. During a break, I unveiled the book to my skeptical friend. We started reading and uncovered a world of magic spells, creature summoning, and other enchanting secrets. Max, intrigued but looking for a rational explanation for the book's transformation, dismissed it as my sleepiness. However, as we delved deeper into the text, we stumbled upon a spell that claimed to increase the size of any edible item. Jokingly, I recited the incantation over Max's nearly empty Pringles can. To our astonishment, the can overflowed with chips. We realized we had stumbled upon a book of actual magic and eagerly ventured further into its secrets. We used the spells for amusement and to simplify life, slowly becoming addicted to our newfound discovery. For months, we explored the Grimoire's offerings, from starting campfires with hand gestures to making the most attractive girl in class fall for me. Our lives transformed, and we believed we had control over every obstacle, with youthful invincibility fueling our recklessness. However, the magic began to take its toll, causing mild discomfort and headaches after each spell. We initially dismissed these symptoms as mere side effects. But then, a fateful day arrived. Our school came under attack as a fellow student brandished a weapon and fired shots. In the chaos, Max's little sister, Luna, was dangerously close to the shooter. I couldn't bear the thought of my schoolmates and possibly Max's sister being harmed. So Max resorted to a spell from the book, one used by ancient warriors to enhance their physical strength to an amount that equals the danger being faced. With the ritual complete, he confronted the assailant. The ensuing silence was broken by gunshots, screams, and then silence once more. As the dust settled, we ventured downstairs, only to find the shooter dead on the floor. Max lay unconscious, his appearance shockingly transformed. His skin had turned gray, his eyes bulged, and his once healthy flesh now clung loosely to his bones, resembling a mummy. An ambulance rushed him to the hospital, but the doctors were at a loss to explain his bizarre condition. In a desperate quest for answers, I returned home and pored over the Grimoire's pages. Yet, I found no mention of Max's condition among its 333 pages. Driven to the brink, I turned to the chapter on summoning creatures and called forth a towering, ominous entity, hoping for insights. The creature explained in a thunderous voice that magic always came at a price. Spells extracted the essence of living creatures, whether plant or animal, and if this essence was insufficient, the caster's lifespan was the currency. Humans were never meant to wield such power, as it was reserved for immortals and creatures that could extract and trade essence. The truth hit me hard. Max and I had recklessly depleted our essence over the past 3 years, without ever comprehending the consequences. The entity delivered a grim verdict. Max's request to enhance his body in the face of deadly bullets had exhausted his lifeline, leaving him with a mere 8 days to live. As for me, I had 12 more years, a stark reminder of the price we had paid for our misguided adventures with magic.